Strictly stick to the work hours and top an hour extra? You have it, boss.
Sorry, this post became very long as it has 2 parts. Now I understand why most of the posts in this sub are related to people's workplaces. This happened just before I quit my last job, some 4 years ago. I was working with the largest IT company in my country. It is known for being employee-friendly, with very relaxed working hours and good perks and emoluments. However, the delivery head of our project, our boss, had a totally different outlook. Officially we were supposed to work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., but nobody stressed about it because clocking in a total of 45 hours a week was the only compliance required. Personally I liked to work till late, less traffic while returning, so I'd go to work by 10 to 10:30. The client never used to bother us before 11.
Not very disciplinary on my part, I know, but that was the general trend in that company. This boss guy suddenly decided to become draconian about punctuality in office hours. Everyone is expected at their workstations by 10. Nonetheless, all of us complied, saying, if 45 hours is the only rule, so be it. Q. Malicious Compliance 1. Now, since in my team I was the last person to leave every day, I had voluntarily taken up a few extra technical responsibilities that needed to be addressed only after everyone signed off and after the client was done for the day, which was never before 8. As you can guess, it immediately became chaotic when I began, reaching at 9 and leaving at 6 every day.
Needless to say, the boss was helplessly out of his wits and had to stay back himself most of the nights for a week to wrap up the closing tasks. Yes, he always used to leave by 6 before this. He was neither much acquainted with the SOPs, nor could he gather aid from any of his staff, so he really found himself in a mess. They could have simply reinstated our work hours. Instead, this is what they do one fine evening. Boss, why are you leaving now? Me, I'm done for the day. It's 6:30 already. Boss, who will do the technical responsibilities /?
Me, but then I'd have to stay for another 2 hours. Boss, okay, let's see. During the last 1 month you have come to work after 10 every day. That's 20 to 22 hours of deficiency. / I couldn't decide if I should laugh or be infuriated at his nonsensical statement. Me, but I've worked till 8:30 p.m. every day, so not only that's incorrect but I've actually worked 20 to 22 hours more for which I should claim overtime payment. Boss, then why didn't you? Anyway, that's a separate topic altogether. From tomorrow you're either coming an hour early or staying an hour late, for a whole month, to compensate for your deficiency.
Q. Malicious Compliance 2. At that time I was preparing for another high-paying job in the government sector that requires an immensely tough competitive exam to be cleared, for which I needed to put in a lot of effort and time into studying and researching. The exams were due in a month and I was struggling with the latter as I used to return late. So, I saw this as the optimal opportunity, a kill 2 birds with a stone situation. I decided to comply. Well, I began to clock in at 8 every day, study and research vigorously for an hour without any disturbance, using the company's internet, printer, stationaries and whatever other utilities required, and managed to be ready with my work by 9. For a whole month I fueled my exam preparation from the company's resources, and yes, I claimed full overtime work hour payment too.
To be honest, a lot of times I used to feel guilty about this, but the pleasure I got from submitting my resignation letter after I got the job I was preparing for, was a wholesome, out-of-the-world feeling.
I think the one rule all IT managers should remember is, your skilled employees will always be able to find work elsewhere, and many of them are always looking, even passively. So at least treat them nicely and let them do their work.
That's what they get for playing fuck games.
Then why didn't you? Anyway, that's a separate topic altogether. Boss sounded like he was bothered by that LMAO. I really wonder if the bosses I see here ever have a grip on reality. Unfortunately, you can't teach common sense. So just how badly did your leaving screw your boss and the company? And was the jerk ever called on the carpet for this poor decision? Bol Haida, Infosys Aur UPSC. My last 2 jobs included taking interviews on their resources. Either computer for Zoom interviews or phone interviews while on the clock. Boss. Then why didn't you? Anyway, that's a separate topic altogether. I can feel him biting his tongue because he realized he just cost the company more money. I love this. I have a similar story. Was working for a business where there really wasn't enough work for me to be a full-time employee. But boss wanted me to work full-time. Honestly, I think the whole business was a tax write-off of sorts for a wealthy family. The company never made much money and didn't get very many clients. My position was self-driven. And as long as I got my work done for client presentations, there was no one to care or delegate tasks to me. I was alone in the office most of the time. I always did great work for this business and was a reliable employee for years. But I also took online classes and generally filled my office time learning and bettering myself in the career direction that I really wanted to take. It was several years of this before I quit to just freelance on my own. I'm really grateful for that job, because it helped me move forward in life, albeit not within that line of work. Honestly, I don't get why more companies don't offer flexible hours. Your boss sounds like a dick. Glad it worked out for you. I love that 4 years ago, most Americans would have no idea what emoluments are but are now very familiar with the word. You don't win by being nice. I don't understand why all bosses seem to work in an illogical way. Does it require an illogical thought process to actually get the position? To be honest, a lot of times I used to feel guilty about this. Never feel guilty about exploiting your employer if the chance arises. As you experienced, they have no absolutely problems exploiting you. I don't get why so many of the posters on this sub all end up getting paid overtime after the MC. If you are aware you are entitled to it, then fucking claim for it. I don't understand why so many people work their asses off for a company which doesn't really care about them in the long run, without being properly compensated for it. I work for a railway. And if I return more than 15 minutes late, I make sure I get paid an hour overtime. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Good for you, op. Psycat. India. Indian IT bosses are screwballs. So did you apply for the 20 to 30 hours of OT that they owed you, or did you think studying balanced it out? Even though OT is time and a half? I absolutely hate employers who have a problem if you arrive later than expected but never count when you work late or arrive earlier. It works both ways, and trying to claim it doesn't makes you a shit manager. Oh, you had bad traffic on Friday morning? Make sure you stay 20 minutes late. Yeah, but I usually arrive 20 minutes early, so across Monday to Thursday I've given you a total extra 1 hour 20, so if you're gonna play that game I should leave an hour early. Oh no. That's different. You arrived late today, so you gotta make it up. So I spend 20 minutes sitting at my desk doing nothing every morning. Every time somebody asked me work stuff, I'd explain my manager made it very clear you should only work contracted hours. Rules are rules after all. Weirdly, they didn't like that attitude face with rolling eyes.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.